All right, folks, so I've got some more warnings for you. Let's kind of round up the situation for you. The new warning, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. It includes a large area, a lot of parishes in this. We'll start down in St. Landry, where all of St. Landry is included, so there's really not much need for me to say that city by city. But if you're in St. Landry Parish, you're under this warning. Likewise, in Evangeline Parish, pretty much all of Evangeline Parish is in the warning. And just the northwest part of Allen Parish is not in this warning, so I'll go ahead and name a few cities. Oakdale, you're in the warning. Oberlin, the Oakdale, Allen Parish Airport is in the warned area, as well as Kinder and areas just both sides of Highway 165 all the way to LeBlanc, Harmony, Cherry Grove, Grant. They're in the northwest part of, not quite to Elizabeth yet. Again, heading eastbound into Evangeline. Essentially, that's about it for Evangeline. Just about everybody is included there, and still including portions of Voiles Parish now, basically from the Marksville area to the south of there. In fact, that is a severe thunderstorm warning that isn't until 4:45. So if you're south of Marksville, basically you're in the warned area. If you're north of Marksville, then you're not in the severe thunderstorm warning area. But we also have a flash flood area outlined by this kind of off-white box here, which does include the far northern portions of Allen Parish, north of Oakdale, includes Elizabeth there, and then north Evangeline, including the Turkey Creek area, going into Lone Pine, Lake Cove, and much of the western part of Avoyelles Parish, including Bunkie, and then heading in toward Mansura, Marksville, Briette, North Point, on up toward the Center Point and Effie areas there. There's Vic, there's Effie, and Center Point in there. Egg Bend, looks like Fifth Ward in there. So basically, much of Avoyelles Parish. Now, some locations not in it would be Hamburg, Bordelonville, Bordino, that far east, Hickory, Broussard, Cottonport. So that kind of gives you an area there. Those folks I just mentioned not in it. Further to the west in Rapides, most of this is in Rapides Parish, including part of the Alexandria-Pineville Metro, the far northern portion of the parish, not in the flash flood warning. And that flash flood warning goes until, let's see, well, there's a severe thunderstorm watch till 8 o'clock, by the way, also for much of the area. And the flash flood warning goes probably for about 3 more hours. There are 2.5 more hours there for you folks. And much of Vernon Parish, especially the eastern half. In fact, these are separate flash flood warnings. This one is until 5:45, and then this one is looks like it's until the severe thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock. This one is in effect for about 2.5 more hours. So most of Vernon Parish, except for Rose Pine area, there is in a flash flood warning from previous heavy rainfall. Let me go to the interface here, and I think I can get you a accumulation total here as far as the rainfall. And we'll go back 3 hours. That would capture, I think, most of it. And we'll get our pixel query tool and go into Vernon Parish, where you see well over 2 inches there, between 2 and 3 inches across portions of Vernon Parish in the northwest area, west and northwest of Leesville. A little pocket down east of Rose Pine there in the, let's see how much they had there. Looks like over 2 inches also. Now coming into areas of Rapides Parish, looks like we have a larger footprint of heavy rainfall there. Some of these totals out across the western portion of the parish are in and around and perhaps exceeding 3 inches in the Calcasieu up through Woodworth area, including Union Hill, Elmer Community, and then in the, as I said, in Woodward, just to the north of there, and just to the south of the Alexandria-Pineville metro area. Some totals in and around the Alexandria-Pineville metro. Looks like we may be seeing 1.5 inches there, 1 to 2 inches, I would say. Let's do a pixel query over into Pineville, where we're seeing maybe 1 to 1.5 inches, but it's not through raining yet. In the city of Alexandria, Around the south traffic circle, we got about an inch and a half in that area, and some locations out toward the airport, say, we're picking up, let's see, picking up anywhere from about an inch to inch and a half over in the airport direction out west of town toward Kincaid. Looks like about an inch and a half as well. So let me see if I can get you some ground truth reports there as you look at the warnings. Let's look into Voiles Parish, Pixel Query, in the eastern part of the parish there. That's where the most rain has occurred there, just over 2 inches. And let me try something here for you. Let's see. Okay, let's start in Vernon Parish with some ground truth. I'm actually reading rain gauge reports that I consider are reliable. I use these rain gauge reports in my network. Out toward Vernon Lake, looks like about an inch and 2/10 there. Into the Leesville area, I've got about anywhere between 1 and 2 inches in that direction. Going to the south, north side of Fort Johnson, about 1 1/3 inches. And going south further, rainfall totals are less toward Rose Pine, about 6/10 there, just to the north of Rose Pine there on Highway 171. And then heading eastbound, looks like Pitkin, just to the north of Pitkin there, we've got about 1 2/10 inches. And coming into some of the heavier totals that are in the flash flood warning now, just north of Woodworth there, we're picking up about a 2 1/10 rainfall amount. Coming into the Alexandria metro area. This would be south and west of MacArthur there. We've got, looks like Cherokee Village has got about just over 1 inch, and out toward Cocoa Drive, a little over 1 inch there. About 1 1/10 inches to 1 1/4 inches out there toward the area around, looks like a High Point, Terra Drive, kind of the Girt Earth subdivision, if you will, over in that direction. And going into Pineville, in the city, Pineville proper, there we've got, looks like about 1 inch to 2 inches there in the area around let's see, Fort Randolph and College Drive area of Pineville. Going up into areas further to the east, got a little bit more rain out to the west. We got about 1 3/4 inches there in the Legacy Point subdivision in Pineville, and about 1 4/10 inches or so around Oak. Looks like the Oak Brook subdivision there in Pineville. Heading south toward just off 107 on Stilley Road, just over 1 inch of rain in that direction. Let's pick up some totals a little bit further to the south, where we're seeing just about 1 inch around Colleen, up to the north, Cheneyville with about 1 inch down south, and some totals in the Voiles Parish, Marksville coming up on 1 2/10 inches already out to the west of there, a little bit more there in the 5th Ward area, almost 2 inches. Center Point, FE, looks like about 1 inch of rain. And going into Moraville, less than 1 inch measured so far, and around Simsport, it looks like about 1 inch. Now, areas that aren't in the flash flood warning, I've got some totals for you folks up in Natchitoches and Sabine parishes. And these are some of the higher measured totals that I'm picking up here. 2 1/3 inches out to the west of Natchitoches, around the Coldwater, Hagewood area. We got a good rain in the city of Natchitoches there, about 2 inches, over almost 2.5 out on Sibley Lake. Going south of Natchitoches, a little bit less, about 1 inch to 1.25 inches in that direction. We got good rains around Winfield, around Joyce, about 1 4/10 inches, 1.5 there around Pacton, and across portions of Grant. We picked up over 2 inches there between Colfax and Bentley, and about 1 4/10 inches around Fairfield. Pollock got a good rain, about 1.5 inches, averaging there. So yeah, there's been some pretty good range across the area, so it's prompted some of these warnings that we're seeing here across that part of the world. All right, so I think I've done about all I can do here, so I'm going to go ahead